Hello and welcome everybody to another week of Vigilante Racing. This week we are live here in the great state that brings us a fantastic horse race every single year, and that would be Kentucky. This 1.5 mile bank track is going to give us some high-speed racing action here tonight and let these drivers stretch their legs a little bit as compared to the more technical stuff we've had the last couple of weeks. Before we get things started off, let us begin with tonight's national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Hello and welcome back. As always, we gotta do a big shout out to our race sponsors over here at Vigilante Racing, and one of those is D&D Race Graphix, and that's Graphix spelled G-R-A-F-I-X. Go ahead and check them out over on Facebook and Trading Paints. Whether you need a car, truck, formula car, any type of car you can find here on this iRacing platform, you can get yourself a great quality custom paint built just for you. Go ahead and reach on out to Mr. Ricky Wittenberg over there for that, as well as his real life business of Keller Williams of Johnson City, Tennessee. You reach out to Ricky Wittenberg at 423-444-0454. Whether you're looking at buying or selling a house anywhere across the country, especially in that Johnson City, Tennessee area, give Ricky a call so he can help you out and either help you personally or get you in touch with someone in the area you're looking for to get a good quality realtor, because buying or selling a house is difficult enough. Get yourself some great quality help and get a good realtor. As always, I'm Alan Brown, and I am joined once again by Mr. Alan English. Alan, I know you're just finally starting to feel a little bit better here, and we're in for some great racing action.
Yeah, one day at a time, that's how I'm taking it. Yeah, good to be back at the 1.5 miles. Kentucky's always provided some great speedway racing on a 1.5 miles. Under the lights tonight, too, so we're going to see some cooler track temps. Hopefully a little bit better grip level. These guys have put in quite a bit of practice here at Kentucky, so really looking forward to seeing what kind of racing they can deliver tonight.
And down there on pit road, he is officially handed in his tardy slip and is no longer playing hooky. That's Mr. Adam Turner. Adam, how are you doing tonight, man?
Man, I'm doing awesome. I wish my computer was just as cool, but it'll get better as the night goes. Look, man, this is Kentucky. This is where they make bourbon, so I'm down with this place. School track, 1.5 miles. It's 133 laps. That means 200 miles. Here at Vigilante Racing League, one fast repair, you get 13x incident points. We'll talk about that you will be disqualified. 70% fuel, and here's the kicker, I think, at a track like this. There's only 4 sets of tires total tonight, so that should make it a little bit interesting.
Ooh, that it should. As we take a look at that race info that you were just reading off to us here, and you are correct, man. It's going to be a nice, cool, grippy evening down here in Kentucky, which brings us down to that key to the race, which is let the horses loose. I know ever since Daytona, these guys were itching to really let these Xfinity cars fly around some of these racetracks, and man, they have a great opportunity here tonight.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun to see, especially if they can get the grip level in. Turner did a little testing the other night and found out these guys are going to be going about, what did we say, 38 to 40 laps or so on a fuel run. So definitely expect to see some fuel strategy, especially maybe late here. I don't anticipate a whole heck of a lot of yellow flags. I mean, these guys do so well at green flag racing. Not only that, you got the admin throwing cautions only, Adam.
Yeah, no, that's pretty awesome part about this. We don't just, if somebody spins out and there's nobody in the way, we're not going to have any issues. It does get loose, 2 and 4. It's very tight on the back stretch, so that could come into play if somebody gets turned around a little bit. Front stretch, you have a lot of open space there. But when I was doing my testing, I'm a little slower than these guys, so they may burn up the gas a little faster than I did, but they also have the draft. So we did that the other night, and I think we're in the ballpark on the fuel. But main thing here, I'm surprised, 4 sets of tires. That is, you're gonna have to make them. You're gonna have to stretch them out, aren't you?
You just might, as we continue to go around the track, watch these drivers put in their best efforts here in qualifying. Some of these drivers do have their face cams on, as we could see there from Earl Evans in that 13. Wearing the helmet today with the blacked out visor. I don't know whether that's to cancel all that blue light that's coming off of his computer monitor there, but hey, whatever works for you. You also got Jonathan Osborne there putting in some laps. We have Chandler Paul, Chan the Man. Let's make sure I highlight him correctly here. He's out there on the racing track trying to set some quick lap times here. And just in a little bit, we'll head on down and talk about what the standings really look like, because I mean, we're already 4 weeks in, guys, which is absolutely crazy. But the standings, man, they are tighter than ever.
Yeah, it seems like we just started this season. I mean, we are kind of hitting stride now, getting this season underway. Something I did notice about this track as well here at Kentucky, the speed limit on pit road is only 45 miles an hour, and due to the shape of this track with that pointy tri-oval, it may be difficult for some of these guys to get that thing slowed down and wrangled it into that pit road entrance. Hopefully these guys practice that a little bit. May prove daunting to some.
No, it's tough. I mean, I put in the time. I put in the man hours. You were with me. I don't think we had any kind of beer or anything. We just were running like hardcore, weren't we?
I don't know. That night's kind of fuzzy too. Must have been too much NyQuil.
But no, coming on the pit road, that's gonna be difficult when you got traffic in front of you, behind you. You got to slow it way down, so that could be real tricky. That's something to look for. Overall, I mean, I think it's a really cool track.
For sure, man. These guys got a little bit of time left in qualifying. Thanks, Angry Indian 89, for joining us over on Twitch, saying Brown's the best. He is. He's the best in the business running this board, getting these races in the books. Thank you, Bex, as well, for joining us over on the Twitch channel. Earl Evans saying, "What's up, AAA?" Earl's the one with his visor down on his helmet, and I've got a theory about that. I think that's a heads-up display. He must have some extra information. That's how he gets his missile lock and all that too. Chaos Clan saying hi. This is DW. We got DW joining us over on YouTube. And Facebook, Dave Maybury saying Hot Rod's going to get a podium tonight. He's coming out and saying it. Jeremiah Burke not so convinced on that, but Dave coming in tonight with some confidence.
Well,
I guess so. Jeez.
Yeah, that indeed. As I was just about to go into. Why is that staying up? Uh-oh, that's not good.
Yeah, computers happen. You know, things happen with computers. Who cares? Brown will fix them. He could fly the space shuttle if it was still around. I know that for a fact. He could just hook his computer straight to it.
Well, while you're figuring that out, Brown, I guess me and Turner can start running down our starting grid here. Timothy Pope's going to be your pole sitter tonight with a time of 30.487. Starting to his outside, Derek Welch of Numb Thumbs Racing in the 208 machine. Jason Ayerson going to be starting row 2 inside. Jess Vaught to his outside in the 33. The next row is going to be Jess Vaught. Hang on a second. I don't have this set up correctly.
Computers. Damn computers.
So we got Ayerson and Vaught making up row 2. Row 3 is going to be Dustin Riley and the 81 of Jonathan Osborne. Row number 4 is going to be the 205 of Jim Ott, the rookie on the inside. The veteran of Eric Klafka in the 11 on the outside. Row number 5 is going to be the 753 of Jeremiah Burke. And to his outside, the 51 of Mike Adamson. Row number 6 is going to be Kevin Haas and Albert Anderson. And row 7 is going to be Chandler Paul and David Fight to his outside. And rounding out your top 15 here, George Racon in the 28.
Man, really putting in the work. I'll go ahead and take it from here. 267 to Nathan Stanley is he'll sitting there in 16th spot. 74 Robert Jordan, 17th. 76 Jeff Ottinger. He'll be starting 18th. 223 a Numb Thumbs Racing guy. Mark Collins sitting there in 19th. 82 of Mike Everidge will be 20th. 29 of Dave Hot Rod Mayberry, who claims he's going to make a podium. We'll see. He's starting at 21st position. 222 at Tony Polk. He'll sit there in 22nd. 285 of Greg Dobson, 23rd. 57 of Russell Endicott, 24th. 01 of Kelly Keel. He's sitting there in 25th. Number 3 of Austin Paul, he's 26th. 13 of Earl Evans. He's got that full helmet on, right? 27th. 211 of Chad McCabe in 28th. And number 7 of Russ Kilgore. Love to see Russ start back there. I think he's having a heck of a season. He's starting in 29th. We'll see if he can make his way to the front. That's it, boys.
All right. Well, as I got my software successfully restarted here, we had some problems with the current championship standings getting all cleared out as these drivers make their way out onto that racetrack. You can see quite a few of them just kind of drifting a little bit behind here, but everybody all stacking up behind this pace car, getting ready for 133 laps around this fantastic speedway. And you can see there's a little bit of a groove down on that low line. You got to be careful. Can upset the car just a little bit, but I think these drivers are, after seeing them essentially go flag to flag at both Worldwide Technology and New Hampshire, I think they can absolutely put in a great race here tonight.
Yeah, they added another lap of caution here just to get everybody tightened up and organized. And Chaos Clan, I read that wrong, okay? It says, "This is DW's son." I thought that meant, "What's up, son? This is DW." No, that's Derek Welch's son.
Oh, I thought it was Daryl Waltrip.
Oh,
that's getting
Derek
confused.
Welch's son. Derek Welch has helped enlighten me on that. Greg Dobson said he scraped the wall, turn 3 on lap 1. Too much straightaway speed for lap 2. These guys are gonna find their groove here. It's not about qualifying anymore. These guys are on the track getting ready to start this race. Tire management, the name of the game tonight, ain't it?
Man, you are not kidding. As we will quickly do a little step back here as we were watching the race last week. I did come out and apologize to Mr. Tim Pope as I was talking about how Team Limitless had their woes on pit road and Well, sure enough, he got caught for speeding coming down pit road, so we gave him the good old broadcaster curse down there. But I know those guys are all locked in and ready to go here tonight. As looking at the team's championship standings, man, Limitless is out on top, just ahead of Vigilante Force. But I think part of that was, it was Jess Vaught missing one of those races for Vigilante Force. So now with a full crew out there tonight, we'll see what happens as Tim Pope and Derek Welsh come down and into the restart zone and take to the green flag for the first time here tonight at Kentucky. Side by side, they go across the line and head off down into turns 1 and 2. Look at that 244 of Jason Ayerson. He's working his way up on that inside line. It looks like that inside line is where you want to be on these restarts, because, man, they are up and running really, really quick. And here they go down through turns 3 and 4. You can see Jess Vaught, getting into it a little bit there with Dustin. Really little side-by-side action as Jess Vaught sideways getting really loose. Oh, no, tagging the 753. All carnage going down through this grass. Oh, boy, this is getting tight. And we're going to have a yellow.
Kelly Kill just could not dodge Burke there. He tried everything he could, but he just couldn't dodge him. First yellow on lap 2. Country Boy Anderson, Kathleen, and Albert Anderson Jr. Thank you all so much for joining tonight. They're all pulling for Albert out there, of course, in the number 2 machine. America's driver.
Go back and take a quick look. I think just being in that middle of the track really upset that car for Jess Vaught. As you can see, he was getting all tangled up, involved with that 753. You can see there, the 28 getting tagged while trying to stay down low. Man, looks like that 753 tried to tow his way out of the way on that racetrack, but just not able to. We also had man, we had quite a few people have to do some duck dive dodging there. Let's take a ride around here with Jim Ott as we go back and take a look at it.
Sometimes you just can't dodge it, man.
Well, they got real tight over there in 4. Too many cars, not enough space. They hadn't got the feel. They hadn't got the rhythm yet, so I don't think it's anything that big a deal. Hopefully all these guys' cars are squared away where they don't need to use a fast repair, but I'm afraid a couple of times will.
Man, Albert Anderson getting a little lucky there as the 753 looked like he was going to come up the track and absolutely block him. Well, that car decided it wanted to take a dead left-hand turn as soon as Albert was getting up close to him there, and he was able to avoid any carnage. So that's going to leave Timothy Pope up in front with Jason Ayerson making a great restart pass there. He moved on up into second. Derek Welsh still fighting up there in that top 3. You got Jonathan Osborne squeezing up a couple spots. Same thing with Jim Ott. But talk about a great restart here for Russ Kilgore in that 7, already up 8 spots. Man, we talk about him week in and week out about maybe not having the best qualifying or anything, but when it comes race time, he's one to watch, especially towards the ends of these races, because he can quickly sneak up that leaderboard.
Yeah, he didn't even put in a time to qualify, I don't think. But I like his kind of thought process. Start in the back, man. Let some of that stuff unravel in front of you, and you're going to make spots up just by attrition and getting a little aggressive at during the race at times when it calls for it. So good on him. I like to see him up there. That was a tough one. Got all excited that call, Brown. You got me all excited about that green flag, and then here we are. Gonna have to do it all over again.
But you know what? This has been kind of the trend. Just a little mistake here early involving just a couple of cars. Really nothing crazy damage-wise happening or anything like that. No one absolutely getting destroyed out there, and then they'll probably go flag to flag at this point.
That's happened last week, right?
Yeah.
We're up in the booth with Greg. It was at the end of lap 1 or something when we had that first incident. But after that, kind of cleaned up, and we didn't see another caution until pretty late.
Yeah, and I want to take this second just to thank Greg. Tulsa boy, thank him for taking my spot. I was on assignment, but man, he did a great job. Thanks, Greg Klein, for filling in for me. You'll probably see a little bit more of him as the season goes by because he's a heck of a fill-in, man. Good job. Thanks, Greg.
You were down in OKC, weren't you?
I was.
Were you the guy climbing that skyscraper?
Don't talk about that. Don't talk about that. Don't worry about who was climbing anything. Don't worry. I did not go to jail. I was fine.
Well,
I'm sure it was a worthy cause.
As we kind of look back through this field, other drivers that have their face cam on, the 3 of Austin Paul, he's got his face camera on. We also got Greg Dobson. He's out there with the face camera on. He's been one of the ones that's been with us here pretty much since the start of this thing when we started putting the face cams. Same thing with, let's see if I can't click it in time here, the 208 of Derek Welch. He's got his face cam on with his typical driving position right up on that steering wheel. And as well as that 753 who was involved in that incident, Mr. Jeremiah Burke, he as well has that face camera on. So we thank all these drivers for participating in a little bonus action here, making sure they got their smiling faces going on right now. Well, can't say everyone's got a smiling face going on. Earl Evans still has that visor down. Man, it's getting pretty dark. But that pace car peels on off down into pit road. So here we go once again. Timothy Pope leading these drivers into that Geico restart zone. Of course, Geico not an official sponsor here for AAA Broadcasting, but you know what? It works enough for iRacing, so it's going to work enough for us. Down into turns 1 and 2 they go. Jason Ayerson getting a very good jump on that outside line, able to tuck in right behind Timothy Pope. He's going to have Jonathan Osborne trying to sneak his way up. Same thing with that 208 of Derek Welsh. They're side by side here, a battle for third. Same thing with right behind him. You got Jim Ott trying to hold off the 11 of Eric Klafka and the 2 of Albert Anderson.
You know, Earl Evans, I should say, has that dark visor. I wonder if that's just a dark tear-off, because sun's down, Earl. It's time to pull that dark tear-off of there. You don't have to worry about the sun in your eyes anymore, buddy.
Well, we're fighting back here in the back of the pack. Mike Everett just kind of squeezing in between a couple cars. I know he's sitting 24th, but he's kind of making a move. We've got some real drivers back here in the back due to that incident early, so we should see some movement from rear to the front pretty quick.
Got None Thumbs Game in the Community joining us on the YouTube channel, saying, let's go None Thumbs Racing Team out there. Of course, they're pulling for their brethren. Country Boy Anderson saying, man, that was a close call for Albert on that caution. You ain't kidding. His daddy is good driving, son. I mean,
that's America's driver. That ain't going to affect him. Yeah, good job.
So we got some side-by-side racing action going on here between the 72, 76, Chandler Paul and Jeff Ottinger fighting for a top 10 spot right now, side-by-side as they come down and across the line. As of right now, Jeff Ottinger holding on to that position. I think he's just getting enough of the run coming off of these corners to find a little bit of extra momentum going down the straightaway. Now David Fight in that 221's having a little bit of a fight with Nathan Stanley back here. They're going to be side by side heading on down into turns 3 and 4.
I like that, Brown. That was a good one. Timothy Pope finding some speed out there with the clean air, setting the fastest lap of the race so far, a 30.80.
Man, yeah, they're battling. I think this is a great track for kind of fighting for position here.
Oh, as we got 2 cars out up into the wall, Jim Ott being one of them, the 11 of Eric Klafka being the other. They were nose to tail heading down the back straightaway, exiting those turns, and I think just one kind of followed out to that outside wall just a little extra, and the other one, man, he just straight on followed him there.
I've done that so many times, being right beside somebody, just following right into the wall. Dobson just scraped it right here, too.
Well, it's
And that's,
kind of like tunnel vision when you're following a car and it's hard to see in front of them. So.
That it is. You very much rely on your muscle memory, as we got an absolute wad of action going on right in front of Greg Dobson. There you saw Russ Kilgore going from the bottom up to the top. He's working his way, bobbing and weaving, trying to cut his way up through this field. He's now trying to hunt down that 267 of Nathan Stanley, currently around 13th. You also got Dustin really back here. He's side by side with the 221. Oh, little bob and weave there, but able to keep that thing out under control. As man, Timothy Pope out there once again. The leaders all stretched out, kind of single file, but Timothy Pope, we say it week in and week out, man, he is one you do not want to let around you to get up into the front, because he is tough to pass. I'm tougher than a steak at Waffle House after 2 a.m.
Yeah,
That's a fact.
He's one of those guys. He's one of the cars to beat every week. You know, coming over from the truck series to Xfinity cars, and zero difference for Tim Pope. If it's got 4 wheels, he's going to be dangerous in it.
Yeah, he's a driver, but there's been some other guys here that kind of really, I think, kind of enjoyed the transition from trucks to this car is more difficult. This car is way more difficult.
That's a 74. Robert Jordan steps out and snags that outside wall, heading off down into turns 1 and 2. That was a hard impact there, able to keep it under control though and continue driving away. But we're almost 3 wide back here. Got Jess Fott, Dave Mayberry, and Earl Evans all side by side, and even behind them it looks like it's going to go 3 wide. You got Kelly Keel, you got Chad McCabe, you got George Rincon, Jason Arison. Man, oh man, talk about the crazy action going on out here.
Well, and that's the best part about it. There's about 30 cars here, and all of them can drive. You know, it's great competition, a great car count. Vigilante Racing League is really doing a fine job putting on a awesome iRacing show tonight and throughout the season.
Oh, 3 wide in the tri-oval there with the 267 and a couple others. The 37 and the 7. I get it sorted out though. Yeah, check out Russ Kilgore in the 7 machine. No different this week than any other week. He's got that Rod Baker Ford Mustang out there, making up a bunch of positions, up 17 spots so far. Austin Paul in the 3, following suit, doing the same type of deal. Just loves passing cars. They're doing a lot of it tonight.
Yeah, that they are. We had a. Looks like that's the 753 of Jeremiah Burke. Went down to that apron as he came across the line there. I don't know
if forced down there.
Don't know exactly what happened there, but able to keep it under control, especially now that the tires are warm. I think that's what really caused our first incident, was just cold tires. Everything all warmed up and up to temperature now with 18 laps under these drivers' belts. I think they're going to be pretty smooth sailing here all the way to the end, as we are side by side. Jeremiah Burke and Dustin really battle for a top 15 spot.
Yeah, as we were doing some tests in English, if you lose a little bit of concentration, you dip below the yellow line, it pretty much anywhere, it's gonna throw you around. So watch out for that. You know, don't dip below the yellow line. Looks like you said, we're kind of straightening everything out. It's kind of working itself out now, but that first 20 laps have been really nice.
The transition in the banking's not super steep angle or anything like that, but it's enough to throw you off. You know, getting back up on the track and vice versa, getting down on the apron and crossing over that line. It can surprise you if it's back into that car starts walking out from underneath you there, because, you know, as you mentioned, these Xfinity cars, they are a handful. They're a lot more challenging. They're less forgiving than the trucks. That's part of the reason why they switched to them. I think so many of the drivers need a little extra challenge, and these cars are a blast to drive. I'll be the first to tell you. You know, when that league we used to run, when we went from ARCA cars to Xfinity cars, you know, it was like night and day. And it just ramped up the fun factor, I think.
As the 11 does successfully get around that 208 to move up into 4th. That was a good battle going on there as well. Still have that battle going on back here, 18th, 19th, and 20th between Vaught, Reilly, and Everidge. These guys have been nose to tail quite a bit here as they're coming up on the 223 of Mark Collins, another one of those Num Thumbs gaming cars.
Yeah, he's got a... Go ahead, sir.
No, I just got a cool paint. NumThumbsGaming.net. I just love the paint is really sharp. Sorry to interrupt there, English.
No, you're good. Country Boy Anderson said he's watching the race on YouTube. He said that on Facebook. Yeah, just so y'all know, we have redundant broadcasting streams going on here. So if it gets too jittery or something on Facebook, check it out on YouTube. If Twitch is more your thing, go watch it over in Twitch TV. We're easy to find. We're AAA broadcasting on all 3 platforms now, so we're easy to find. So if you're having problems with one, go check out another one. Maybe it'll be a little bit better quality for you. We're doing the best we can. We're trying to keep the quality good on all 3, but sometimes stuff happens with these services.
That's weird. Now, almost at lap 25, Timothy Pope trying to stretch out that lead, but not kind of to his surprise, maybe he's got that 244. Jason Arison still just hanging on, just inside of 1 second behind him. Jason, rookie this season to Vigilante, he's trying to find his way out to a good podium finish here tonight. He's looking very strong.
Yeah, he's doing great. Right behind him right there, Chachi. Jonathan Osborne in the 81. Up 3 spots from the start here. Holding on to a solid 3rd right now.
Yeah, good battle right here. 14th. Look at Jeremiah Burke squeezing between the 72 right there.
3 wide. Wow.
Wow. Yeah, it didn't look like he totally made the pass just yet. Ottinger is involved in the 72 and Jeremiah Burke. Pretty cool, man. That's good racing. Here comes Jess Spot, just kind of following him up to the front. That's where those guys belong.
And it looks like that 753 will finally find some room to get around that 72 of Chandler Paul. You also got Jess Vaught now sneaking a peek and taking to the bottom line here to take that position away from him as well. So both Burke and Vaught started kind of up towards the front, now making their way back after that first lap incident, and everything is looking good. But Derek Welsh, man, he has got his hands full. He is side by side with America's driver Albert Anderson in that too, and it looks like Albert is gonna squeeze that position out of him. He got Albert Anderson now up into that top 5.
DW makes no bones about it. He does not like super speedway racing. This is more his cup of tea. This is more technical. It's more challenging. He's dealing with a lot of traffic right now, but he's doing a pretty good job of negotiating it.
And he does, as everyone bobs and weaves and tries to pick their way around. Unfortunately, Albert Anderson maybe had to get that car back under control because he lost a ton of speed there. He got repassed by that 208, but he's right back to it, sticking that nose down there on that bottom side, looking to get that position back.
Yeah, this is where the separates the men from the boys here, man. The tires are wearing quickly here. Like we said, I think we can get a... What was the fuel run? About 38 to 40, I think we thought?
Yeah, I think that's what we figured, 38 to 40 laps.
But the tires are really hurting right here, and you're just having to push through, lift a little more, brake a little more, whatever you're doing, just to keep it off that wall and keep it straight. So.
And I think with the caution, we could probably add a couple more laps in there.
As we continue to go racing around here at Kentucky, we take a look at the current lap times, and compared to how they were running at the start of this run to just 30 laps ran on these sets of tires now, man, it's almost a difference of about 2 full seconds. So you are not kidding. These tires are absolutely screaming at these drivers as they try to get every single inch of rubber from those little objects that keep these cars going around and around in a circle.
And they have to. You only have 4 sets, total sets, so They're sitting on one of them. They only got 3 left, so you're going to have to push it as long as you can.
Well, and next week, we're going to have something kind of similar. Nashville Super Speedway is going to be the setting next Wednesday night for Vigilante Racing League. Another kind of similar track. I think it's a little bit smaller, but it's fast and eats up tires as well. So it's going to be a fun couple of weeks here. Wednesday night on Vigilante.
You are not kidding, and I think following that, I think it's the All-Star race. Because I know that's coming up as well, so you'll see some of the stars from last season return, and we get to watch some great racing here once again as they take on, I believe it's Talladega this year for that All-Star race, and that's going to be a absolutely fun format to try to figure some things out on as we continue to put some laps down here at Kentucky. 32 officially in the books. We got, looks like Mike Adamson. He's been slowly creeping his way up there. He got a big-time win last week. Looked a little touch and go at the end with his internet, but everything was able to stay on just long enough so he could pick up that win. He's currently trying to hunt down his teammate, that two of Albert Anderson, to sneak his way up into a top 5.
Yeah, looking at the schedule, we got Nashville, then we got Road America, Charlotte, Richmond, and then the All-Star race at Talladega. They're going to have a qualifier race a couple of days beforehand, and then the race on that Wednesday, 27 July. Mark your calendars, All-Star race at Talladega.
Ooh, looks like Chad McCabe went off track a little bit. I didn't catch it, but showing off track. Everybody's still running along, though.
Yeah, Chad McCabe, one of those drivers who is, he's still parked down there inside that grass. I don't know if he's trying to get that thing refired or trying to figure out his tow button or something, but he is still stuck down there on that inside grass. But we're going to stay green flag racing here at Kentucky as we take a look here at George Rincon. Man, George is one of those drivers who, man, he's got the talent, just hasn't had the luck of some good finishes here this season yet. But right now, sitting in 24th, but be sure to watch out for him, especially if we get a caution and things get all tightened back up. You can look for that 28 to be up towards the front.
Yeah, definitely. And so, are we bringing back former members of this league for the All-Star race? Is that how that's going to work?
Yeah, it's like coming in like on a championship provisional type deal, like Bill Lilly or Bobby Labonte or whatever. Yeah.
That is cool. Like John Ellis, maybe?
I think you might see John Ellis hitting on the qualifier night.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm looking forward to that for sure.
As we take a look at this wad of racing going on around Dave Hot Rod Mayberry. Back here in 18th, he's got Dustin Reilly, Kelly Keel, Earl Evans, Mike Everidge, Tony. Just list everybody from 18th all the way down to 23rd. That's all that crazy traffic going on right there. Same thing up ahead of them. You got Mark Collins and Chandler Paul side by side as well, as they continue to put some laps down here, fight inside this top 15.
Albert Anderson's pop saying, it's coming up pretty soon to get tires here. Make sure you're careful on pit road there. I'm sure that comment aimed at his son in the number 2.
Yep, we're going to have to dial it back real quick. 45 miles an hour on pit road.
Tricky pit road to get onto. We talked about that a little bit, but
so we take a look here at our current driver in that top 10 spot, Kevin Haas. He is looking pretty good here, trying to chase down that 3 of Austin Paul, but at the same time hold off the 33 of Jess Vaught. He's been looking pretty good, up a spot from where he started, just looking pretty calm, cool, and collected out there for that 224.
It's like Hot Rod Dave Mayberry in the 29 and the 76 of Jeff Ottinger coming down, get service.
Right on cue, where we did our testing, English. That's
yep.
There's some more calling it out too. Yep.
Andrew Hansley on Facebook saying, "Hey guys, Good to see you again, Andrew. Can't wait to see you back up racing on Tuesday nights here before too long.
Yes, indeed. As looks like Timothy Pope still hasn't driven away from Jason Harrison. If anything, Jason is caught up just a little bit. Gap is now about half a second. As here we go, we got pit stops going on. Albert Anderson, Jonathan Osborne, Derek Welsh all making that dive down into pit road. Looks like they made it all down safely. Same thing with Kevin Haas. He's making his turn down into pit road. So I would expect maybe Timothy Pope and Jason Harrison to do the same here in just a moment. I know Jess Vaught is probably going to be ready to come on down. There comes Timothy Pope, but Jason Harrison staying on out. He's going to get himself a lap lead here. That's a little extra bonus point. As Eric Klafka as well staying out. Looks like Mike Adamson coming down into the pit road. Same thing with Austin Paul in that 3 coming down into pit road.
Whole bunch of people coming down. Here comes the 37, Dustin Reilly, setting himself up for pit entry.
Have we seen anybody go over the limit here?
David Fight, black flag, pit road speed.
We had to be one.
It popped up as soon as you said something.
Yeah.
David Fight in the 221. Tough break. He's going to have to serve that under green, too, so he's going to lose a couple laps.
That's not fun.
Jason Harrison coming down into pit road. Looked like a smooth entry there for him. So now you got Jess Vaught out there getting a lap lead. A nice recovery from his little incident there. You can see as he's coming around the 728 of Timothy Pope. I don't know why I had such a problem remembering Pope's number. We've said it so often. But looks like he will get his lap back there as Jess Vaught now coming down into pit road. Jeremiah Burke has not made his pit stop yet, but he's going to get a bonus point as well for leading the lap. So we're spreading the wealth here with some of these lead lap bonuses.
Oh, yeah. Country Boy Anderson said you got to pit quick and you got to roll smoke coming out of that box. Get it back up to speed. Get it back up to 45.
We're not running diesel here, but I like his attitude. And speaking of, don't forget, we have a super fan of the race here. So keep commenting. English is the guy, so you're going to have to appeal to Mr. English to win that super fan of the race. Get a little bit of something after the race if you win that. So keep commenting, talking, posting, chatting, sending to your friends and all that, because that's kind of a cool deal we got going on over here.
13, Earl Evans makes that peel off down into pit road. Same thing with the 57 of Russell Endicott coming on down.
Speed and penalty. Earl Evans, the number 13.
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything, but it did look like it was coming in a little hot there.
Hot. Yeah. It's that visor. Peel that dark tin off there, buddy.
It's tough. I mean, you got to get it down to 45 miles an hour. That's not easy.
No, that's rough.
Of course, as we're saying this, he is peeling that helmet off quick. I think he's done with the little shindig there going on in his house. But Timothy Pope regains the lead here. Had a very smooth on and off pit road. He's now got a 3.5 second lead. And man, we've talked about it all the time. Some of the guys who are really good on their entrances, exits, and all that with pit road. And Timothy Pope is one of the best. And it just goes to show there. Very quick in, very quick out. And that gave him essentially 3 extra seconds on Jason Harrison.
It also helps when you're always like the number 1 or 2 pit stall, which he is.
Yeah,
that's right.
It's also true as the 11 of Eric Klafka and the 208 of Derek Welsh go side by side here with the 51 Mike Adamson lurking just behind them. A battle for a top 5 spot here. Pretty much no big changes other than Albert Anderson, America's driver, up 9 spots now into a podium spot in 3rd. Albert Anderson looking very strong, and we knew just about all week he was feeling pretty confident. He was really liking how his car was feeling and getting his bearings around this 1.5 miles. I know tire wear was something that he was struggling with last season, but I think maybe this season he can put some good laps down. As a 33, Jess Vaught sets the fastest lap of the race, a 30.68. Golly, that is flying.
Yeah, I saw it too. As soon as you said something, I saw it pop up.
You got one in the grass up front here. It looks like Mark Collins, Num Thumbs Racing, 223. Right there at in the front stretch, tri-oval.
What happened to Mark?
Yeah, it looks like he just lost it. Didn't harm anybody else, but that's going to cost him.
I'd like to see. I didn't see what caused it, but he did make a little trip down there to mow the lawn of the infield as the yellow flag comes on out.
Ooh, what happened there?
I didn't see why.
Oh, do we have the competition caution or the...
Well,
are we doing that still?
I didn't think we were doing one tonight.
I think that's probably where we're at. I don't see any other issues on the track.
We're not even close to halfway, though.
No.
It's dealer's choice. Dealer's choice, like rolling dice in Waco. You never know when it's going to happen. You are going to roll snake eyes at some point.
What are you doing down at Papa Joe's? I saw that on your background.
Well, you know, I like
What
to...
you doing down there? You like to do live broadcasts from Papa Joe's?
Well, I do a little bit of Wednesday night, dice night, you know, so
okay.
I can't really talk about it.
Do you officiate it, or can you not
Well,
say?
I'm just involved, you know.
Okay, you're involved.
I'm involved. I like to, you know, there's money involved, so I'm involved, and I take time out of the night to hang out with y'all while I'm here at Papa Joe's.
Like Jerry Reed says, you like to keep on rolling and controlling them bones.
That's something like that, yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, so as we're
side domino action too, by the way. Go ahead, Brown.
As we're under caution here, a few drivers coming on down, being led by that 728 of Timothy Pope, but more importantly, some drivers staying out. The two of Albert Anderson with teammate Mike Adamson there for Team Limitless, all staying out. So Albert Anderson, he's going to be controlling this restart. You also got that 208 of Derek Welsh and the 7 of Russ Kilgore hanging on around out there as well.
Yeah, if you're coming in, you probably make sure you hit the fuel only button. Don't take tires because you only have 4 sets and they've already worn out one set. So hopefully that didn't happen to anybody. I wish there was a way for us to actually keep track of how many sets y'all had out there. That'd be kind of cool. iRacing, if we could figure that part out.
Maybe SDK will hook us up with that information one of these days.
Man, that would be pretty nice. Well, while we're under pacing here, how about we talk to that 13 of Earl Evans, who did kind of have not the best of pit stops there under green. So let's see if we can't drag him on up. Yep. Hey, Earl Evans, how you doing out there? It's Allen, and Adam. How you doing?
What's up, AAA? How you guys doing?
We're doing good, man. Unfortunately, not the best of green flag pit stops there for you. As you're coming down into pit lane. My apologies, sir. Didn't realize you were coming down. As you got a quick black flag there, just trying to hang on to it. Stuck a lap down here, but long race yet to go. How's it?
Actually, it's not bad. Sadly, this is the first time I've been in this car on this track, so I'm actually glad just to